That is four wins in a row. Wasn't pretty. Didn't need to be. 4 wins in a row. More coming. CHGO Bears postgame show starts right damn now.
Let's go.
This is your victorious CHGO Bears postgame show driven by Toyota. Let's go places and Bet365. Whatever the moment, it is never ordinary. Use code CHGO365 at sign up. Put that camera on us.
Let's go.
Celebration.
Let's go, 4 in a row.
4 in a row. 15 takeaways in 4 games. It feels good. Feels good.
So the defense is amazing. Tremaine Edmunds is on another level. Dennis Allen, you had a great day. Kyle Monangai, you're my guy. DeAndre Swift,
Adam
MVP.
Hoge, Mark Carman,
And
Corey Wootton, Greg Braggs Jr., all with you here on the postgame show. And we are going to break it down from every angle. We'll take you out to Soldier Field. We'll let you hear from Ben Johnson along the way. Happy you're all here. Hit that like button. Subscribe, and you become a YouTube member. That's an option for you, too. Celebrate with us that way. We appreciate you being here.
All right, Hoge, this is a moment for you, so just take a deep breath and get ready, because we are ready for the Adam Hoge Instant Reaction brought to you by Toyota.
I got to be honest with you. I need to go on a little rant here for a second.
I can't wait. Let's go.
Look, every game in the NFL is different. We tried to tell you all week long this was a feisty Saints team. That's exactly what they were today. They wouldn't go away. Not every single game is going to look pretty through the air. And sometimes you got to do what the Bears did under Lovie Smith, and that's get off the bus running. Guys, how about this? 40 rushing attempts in this game. 222 yards on the ground. You know how many the Saints had? 44. 222 to 44. The Bears just running all over Soldier Field today. And then defensively, getting the takeaways. 3 on the day. That's 15 in the last 4 games. Plus they stopped them on 4th down 2 in there too. That's basically a turnover. Hey, we'll get into Caleb. We'll talk about it probably wasn't his best game, but when it's not your quarterback's best game, you got to be able to run the ball. You got to play good defense. You got to get the takeaways. Sometimes that's got to be your formula for winning. You do not apologize. The Bears have won 4 games in a row, and there's more winnable games on the schedule coming up.
Woot, I'd like to hear. Woot was awesome all game long. I get to really sit next to him in the corner today. Got us the pizza, hanging out, and
The thing is,
there's a lot of things you like today.
There's a lot of things. So nobody puts baby in the corner. We were in the corner for a little bit, but then we made our way out of it. But I think the great part about today is, like, offensively, it was a struggle all day, right, to get consistency, especially from the passing game. But I loved was the running game. We talked about the weather being a factor, getting Swift activated, and my boy Monangai from Don Bosco Prep High School. Hello, Jersey. Yeah, you heard me. 80 yards in this game. You had that bet for over 25. We went way over that. But what they did is control the line of scrimmage. And these are one of those games where you don't play perfect. Everything's not gelling offensively with the passing game. But what do? You rely on the running game. You rely on your defense. And we were talking about before the game, Hoge, about what is Dennis Allen going to do to dial up the blitzes and the pressure. Started up with Montez Sweat with that sack fumble. They got the ball back. And then the blitzes from Brisker and company and Edmunds and Kyler Gordon. So he did a good job of disguising those blitzes, getting the pressure. We rattled the Rattler.
Talking about.
the snake. But they did a great job all day, and that's what you love to see. 15 takeaways in the last 4 games. The first 2 games really struggled to take away the ball. So things aren't going to be perfect defensively, but if you can take the ball away, get it back to your offense, good things are going to happen. And the Bears still didn't even capitalize offensively off all those opportunities from the defense. So I think it's a good sign that the defense is playing well, they're getting turnovers, and they're getting the running game going. So Caleb doesn't have to be perfect. The offense doesn't have to be perfect. But it was a great game, great win for the Bears.
Yeah. Look, Dennis Allen came over here, and I think as Ben was putting together his staff, this was just such an enormous, huge addition. A former head coach, an elite defensive coordinator, somebody who could really just give him some stability. And obviously, it did not look good early. 50-plus to the Lions was disgusting, but they had a million injuries, and I think Dennis was still figuring out what he has. And what he has right now is Tremaine Edmunds playing the best football in his Bears' life by a mile. He had double-digit tackles the last 3 games. Today he had 9, but seeing him bust into the backfield with that elite athleticness, the speed, and able to get to the quarterback, get Rattler on the ground, another interception today. It's really been a game changer what they've turned him into in a very short period of time. And the rest of the defense, too. Montez Sweat finally showed up today. He got himself a sack. 4 sacks total. The Bears had 8 all season long. They had half of that today. So, there was just a lot of great moments out there. Nashon Wright, his interception where he goes to the ground, he doesn't have to get back up there, but he does. He makes a sweet play. It was a little scary when he got hurt, but was able to come back on the field. Look, that Kevin Byard's making plays. The defense has really made a major turnaround from where they were at.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, my biggest takeaway from this game is that Ben Johnson is bringing the identity that he gave to the Detroit Lions offense. And really what the Detroit Lions' whole identity as a team was, you're starting to see that come together here in Chicago. It's not a finished product, but the identity is becoming physicality and toughness. Within these last 2 games, you are seeing a defense that is just, you want to talk about the turnovers? I want to talk about the truck sticks. How many times are they just completely laying guys out on defense and on special teams? You love to see it, and it's with consistency. That is something that this team has needed for a long time, is that kind of toughness that had been lacking. They're not soft by any means anymore. And on the offensive side of the ball, hello, welcome to Chicago, a run game. We've been waiting for this here all year long, and they have found it because of this offensive line. You bring Theo Benedict in here, now you've got your best 5 out there, and they are moving the way for Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift. And both of those guys deserve a ton of credit over these last couple games because, again, the physicality. They broke the Saints' spirits. And yes, there were things that brought the Saints back into this game, but then who closed the door at the end? The run game and the physicality. And everyone on that offense deserves a ton of credit, not just the offensive line. The tight ends are blocking their asses off. The wide receivers are blocking downfield. Everyone's getting in on the action. So this is a great development. I know everybody wants to see progression every week from Caleb Williams, but that wasn't what was promised by Ben Johnson. He said there were going to be ups and then there were going to be downs. Today was a down for Caleb Williams, and we'll talk about that, but we don't always have to focus on just Caleb Williams. There are 52 other guys on this team. This run game, this run defense deserves a ton of credit today, and they should be celebrated. First 4-game winning streak since 2018. Let's go.
And that's what stands out to me. It didn't feel pretty. It didn't feel, explosive, throughout the whole game. And yet, they had 386 total yards.
Right.
They got to 67 plays. They're always trying to get to 70, so they're right there. And so, if this is a bad Ben Johnson game,
that's a good one.
Because we've seen games where the quarterback doesn't look great and the Bears are struggling to score 10 points, or they got 12 at the end of it. They just went over 21 points. They were already the only team in the NFL that had scored 21 in all of their games this season, and now they got 26 today. They just did it again. So even when it's not pretty, they're finding ways to score enough points to win, which is the whole point of this.
Exactly. The best part of today is we were kind of like Swift has really been coming out and doing his thing. But where was the thunder and lightning? It was there today. Something that Ben Johnson did in Detroit. So I think Monangai needs to get more touches, right? He's the downhill, the bruiser, and then him and Swift complement each other. So hopefully going forward we'll see that, because it does take the pressure off the offense, because everybody and their mother knew at the end of the game they're running the ball, they're doing stretch, and they couldn't stop it.
Daryl Johnson said it. They kept running the same play. They couldn't stop it.
And that's the best thing. When you on defense, you know exactly what they're doing. You can't stop it. You know how hard that is mentally to accept that. They're running the ball down your throat, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're seeing Drew Dahlman getting to the second level. You're seeing them pulling Jonah Jackson and Joe Tooney. Seeing Theo Bennett just clearing the way on that first DeAndre Swift touchdown. Colston Loveland at one point, when they brought him to the outside to lead the way, did his best Darnell Wright impersonation where he touched the guy left, the DN left, and then moved the corner downfield on the right. That's exactly what Darnell Wright did against Washington. So that's what I keep going back to. They are developing an identity over these last two games that is sustainable. And now Caleb Williams obviously has to have a bounce-back game next week. But when you have a run game that you can depend on like this, it opens up your margin of error.
We got to stop because we have a $200 super chat that we get to highlight right off the bat. This is a Toyota Big Money Super, as we do here on the post game. And this one looks like it's going to be fun. This person is going by the avatar of a young Greg Braggs.
Wow. That was me in Costa Rica.
Look at that pretty face, and it's going by the name of Definitely Not a Fake Braggs Account. And Definitely Not a Fake Braggs Account says, I, Gregory P. Allen Mildred Braggs.
Mildred.
I've never used that. That's excellent. That's excellent.
Did anybody see Carm doing this while I was talking?
I saw him in the corner just focusing. But
I was sleeping on Mildred. That's good job. Keep going.
You were sleeping in the corner, though.
A little bit.
Yeah. So Gregory P. Allen Mildred Braggs hereby declare this to be the best defense in the history of the Bears. All current defensive players are better than all former players. If you disagree, then I challenge you to a traditional style Olympic Greek wrestling match. Bear down.
Well, I'll say that.
Wait, the best part is that at the end of this, Braggs derobes.
Oh, we don't want to see that.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
If they make it to the Super Bowl, I'll do the post-game show naked.
Hey, yo.
But listen, everybody is now rooting against the Bears. I don't want to see the Super Bowl.
But listen, and I'll say this much in terms of the defense. Like, I mean, they deserve so much credit. You had how many injuries on the defense? You don't have your best player in Jalen Johnson all year. Tyreek Stevenson goes out. At one point, Nahshon Wright came out for a few plays. You're down with your secondary, which was supposed to be your strongest position group. Your defensive line has struggled to get to the quarterback, but now that Kyler Gordon has returned, you have Dennis Allen being able to draw up some different blitz packages that are able to open up guys like Montez Sweat to get to the quarterback, forcing a few fumbles over the last couple weeks. So to me, this defense, the fact that they're generating this amount of turnovers with, to me, a pass rush that still has a lot left to be desired and a secondary that's extremely banged up, TJ Edwards just coming back, it's crazy. It's a lot of fun to watch.
You got to, again, just look at what Dennis Allen's doing. Jaquan Brisker, I don't remember him ever blitzing the quarterback, and he's doing it week in and week out. He's getting there. There was a ridiculous call on one of his sacks today where he
hit the hand,
and then he hit the head. Like, hello NFL, nobody wants the game refereed that way. I can't even blame the refs because they're being instructed to call that, which sucks. But back to Brisker and just back to the way they're using guys. He's really, and they did this throughout training camp, moving people around. How can we best take advantage of the talent that is out there? And you're just, look, the Bears have to get creative, get into the quarterback. Yep. Dio Odangbo, Dio invisible. So how are you going to create the pressure that you need to win football games? Dennis is going about it, and it's great to see Sweat show up today again. But the Brisker thing is a nice development.
But I think the coaching has been extraordinary because after the 0-2 start, I think we all thought to ourselves right here, the fans, that like, hey, this is going to be a season where we don't know how many games they're going to win. And they completely did a 180 from there, right? It hasn't been perfect, but Ben Johnson, right? developing the identity with the run game. Dennis Allen, right? Changing things up. We're not generating pressure. How do we do that with blitzes? So hats off to the coaches, because literally we kind of thought they were going to maybe at this point be 0-6 at this point. I really did.
Right.
Yeah.
So for them to turn that around, and nothing has been perfect, I think there's so much more room for them to improve defensively, even despite all the turnovers they've been getting, and then offensively with the passing game. But I think the great mark is when you don't play your best game and you get wins, and that's what the Bears have done, pretty much 3 weeks in a row. Yep. So hats off to Ben Johnson, right? People have said, he lost the locker room. But the fact that they've had 4 in a row is tremendous for him.
Yeah, it is. And real quick before we take our first timeout here, another Toyota Big Money Super Chat.
Let's go.
To get to, because there's another $200 Super Chat here. If you're going 200, you're getting in the A block. And I see the 100 one too. We'll get you in here soon. But Bill O, $200 says, my RC Cola never tasted better. Well done, running backs and defense. Go Bears. I just had an RC Cola in the second half. I think that was the key to victory.
I had one too. It was delicious.
It's definitely an old school Bears win here today. It was Bear weather this morning.
It was.
And then it was Bear football.
Defense
for 4
and run the
quarters.
ball. Okay, but we are contractually obligated to talk about the quarterback. So we will do that. We'll do our franchise focus when we come back. But first, hey, whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Our friends at Circa were at the tailgate this morning. They were diehards. They were grinding out in the rain. Andrew, it's nice to meet Andrew. Margaret, who's at a lot of our events. They're awesome.
Unbelievable, the backbone of the operation. And, Margaret's like, look, it's brutal outside, but we're Circa tough. I think it could be a new thing for Circa.
Circa tough.
Circa tough.
I like that. Hey, Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, exceptional customer service. You can bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, in-game. Circa Sports has it all. Fun and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Especially on Sundays. Like right now, football, circa. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Derek Stevens only hires the first-class people. We appreciate that. Fun out there today, and it was fun at the tailgate when you got to drink a little RC Cola. That's right. It's not just a soft drink. It's just damn good cola, Adam Hoge. That's right. This is the good stuff here. It's the original cola that doesn't fold under pressure. It's an RC is an OG cola. Thank you very much. In a world of spy on the soft drinks, this is the good stuff. No trends, no gimmicks, no glow up. Do yourself a favor, get yourself some RC at your local store. You want to stock up for the Bears' run to the playoffs. Let's be honest. I'm optimistic. RC is the move for whatever you are doing, and yes, everything is just better when you drink a beautiful, delicious RC Cola.
A tavern-style pizza, maybe some Italian beef.
That's right.
Chicago-style hot dog, any of those. Really, I mean, RC goes with anything, but especially.
Yeah. World's gone soft. Get back tough. RC Cola, not just a soft drink, just damn good cola.
It was fantastic with the Woot. Hooked us up with some Lumals today. But we went thin crust. Little tavern-style Lumals with the RC. It was great.
Key to victory, both of them.
Key to victory.
Well done. Woke Carm up because he's in the corner like this. I was like, Carm, pick.
Well, I had too much, and then I got in the comatose thing because it was in the bank, man. 20-0.
And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't for a second, but we're all right.
So they were still mostly in control, but it wasn't the blowout. Maybe it could have been. Time now for our franchise focus as we take a look at Caleb Williams' day against the Saints. Just 15 of 26. That was good for 57.7%. Obviously, we want that number much higher. Only 172 passing yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, 3 of 12 on third down. We got to fix that. And
that's been an anomaly. He's been very good on third down this year.
Yep. And only one sack. I mean, that's still a positive. I did think the one sack, there was like 3 guys open. Yeah. But look, first of all, I don't care who you are. It is unrealistic to think your quarterback's going to play great in every single game of the season. Josh Allen's going through a funk right now too. It happens. He had been on a run of what I would say was pretty much 3.5 good games. Going back to I didn't think he was great in the opener. He played well in Detroit despite them losing. The Raiders game was a little bit up and down, but he was good He was good on Monday Night Football. Ben Johnson looked like he was going to kill him today, though. I mean, it was like every time they got over to the head coach. And I guess, Woot, I want to ask you this, your perspective, because I'm struggling to figure out why the pre-snap operation stuff seems to be better on the road than it is at home. Like, it is mind-boggling. I would love to hear an explanation for everything that went wrong today. Well, I've never seen a center snap the ball to himself, so we got that. That was an all-time new one for me. And then they're down there at the 1-yard line again, and they have a snap infraction. And I know it looks like it's blatantly on the center, but he's trying to get on the same page as the quarterback and jump the cadence. And something was off with that cadence today multiple times.
I think it's more of Caleb's cadence. I think they're not on the same page because you saw when Dahlman was snapping it, the guards were moving with him. When he first did it. I think it's the way Caleb is doing that cadence that's messing things up, because on the road we don't see it because it is silent count most of the time. The guard will tap the center, he'll look down, then do that. So I think that's why we're seeing some of the issues. So they need to clean that up, because luckily today it didn't hurt them. But in other games, it's going to be down to the wire. You're going to have to figure those type of things out. So I think they got to get with each other, the offensive line, Caleb, the wide receivers. There's too many times, over 10 penalties today? Yep. For a team that had kind of cleaned up a lot of those issues. So going forward, those type of things will hurt you. Luckily today it didn't.
So that was the thing that was most confusing, or at least most disappointing for me as far as the QB play today. Was last week they were perfect as far as getting the line, getting no false starts. The operation looked smooth. So I was under the impression that, they have figured it out. They've got it. Because I figured once you were able to climb to the top of that mountain that you were there and it was going to be smooth sailing. But so I was actually surprised that they had so much trouble today. And today was bizarre. I mean, Drew Dahlman snapping the ball to Caleb. He doesn't get the ball. Dahlman's just holding the ball up his own. It was unbelievable.
The annexation of Puerto Rico from Little Giants. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening out here? So and they got lucky at 4th and goal. Ben chooses to go for it. Play wasn't going to work because it was way off, but of course they got the false start, so they were able to get 3 points. So that is not going to work when you start playing teams that are not the New Orleans Saints, who are now currently 1-6. So it'll be a huge focus this week, and it does get a lot tougher next week on the road versus Baltimore.
And I think this is a game, honestly, if they were on their P's and Q's offensively, they could have put up a 50-burger on them. I really do think it was out there to get the confidence. We talked about that one game where the offense can get things going. Today was the opportunity. They had the turnovers. They were running the football, mix and match in the play action. What I think Ben Johnson needs to do for Caleb, because it seems like he's a little bit better when he's on the move. So, Carm, I talked about that on the goal line, how they ran 2 really great run plays.
Yep.
I was like, where is the boot off of that?
Yep.
Get him on the move, because he seems very comfortable looking back for some of these games. Dallas, where he did really well, he was on the move early on. I think what that does is just gives him a little confidence. And so going forward, hopefully in the beginning of the game, Ben Johnson will get him on the move a little bit, especially with the way they're running the football. You can work some of those boots.
He's good on the move when you're running a structured boot.
Correct.
But when he's on the move, breaking out of the pocket on a broken play, he's been erratic this year.
Which is weird, because he was good at that last year. And he mentioned that this week. Well. He mentioned this week that he's kind of befuddled by all of a sudden the inaccuracy when he's trying to throw on the run.
Well, to me, that's been a all-year problem, that Caleb Williams has his erraticness is, to me, all stems to how sped up he is. And if he can just slow himself down, slow his mind down, slow his fundamentals, down, that, to me, those are the things that are going to help him, execute those kind of tough throws a little better. But overall, if he's going to find a way to take that next step, the biggest thing for me today was he stopped looking at the check down. At the end of the game, he had that one where he finds on a miracle to DeAndre Swift where he almost takes a sack, and that was a great play, but he didn't realize the DN was going to be in his lap as he turned around. Great play. It was a big play in the game. But overall, I just felt like he was just looking downfield so much that he forgot about his checkdowns, which I feel like he's been pretty good about all year. So he has to find a way. Overall, he can make any throw on the field. We know this. But if he can't find his personal zen and calm his mind and calm his fundamentals and calm his feet, because all of it was messy today, then he's going to continue to have inconsistencies. And so that's where I think that's going to be the next step, is Ben getting him more in a rhythm and getting him more comfortable. But it all comes down to how sped up he is.
Well, he came into today holding the average hold time from per dropback was 3.08. This is next gen stats, which is the most in the NFL. So that number is going to climb today. He held it at one. There was one play I think we counted out to 13 seconds,
yeah.
which also it's like, how is nobody getting open for him?
Yeah, well, and that's where I need to see the all 22, because I find it hard to believe nobody was open at
With
any
that much
time during
time.
that.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
I don't know. His head
But
was
even-
up. He was looking.
But even if
wanted
he
to throw.
was, I feel like his mind, he's not seeing it because he's too sped up.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I don't want to harp on the quarterback too much. It's a great day for the Bears. They're I'll take this running game. The run game looked like it was non-existent before last Monday. So like literally go back a week to last Sunday, and we're all like, they can't stop the run, and they can't run the ball, and it's been a completely different thing. Right. So I do think that's good, and also I think he could still be getting some more help. Caleb. Rome Odunze has been having a great season, and we all love Rome Odunze. But even during some of these good games, there's been like one play a game where you're like, man, it'd be nice if he made that catch.
Exactly.
Like,
How
not the
about
easiest
your
catch in the
QB?
world. And today I thought there were like 3 of those. He had 2 catches on 6 targets for 31 yards. So I'm just saying, I think there's moments where he still could be getting a little bit more help from his teammates too. But I think we can also agree, some of this is excuse making. You go to Baltimore next week against Lamar Jackson, you need your quarterback to play better than he did today.
Luther had a drop, I believe. Rome had a drop at one point. But overall, this takes me back to Mitch or Fields, where when your quarterback is inconsistent and erratic, that trickles down to the rest of your team. And I'm not excuse making for the rest of the guys on the offense.
Yeah.
But I do think it becomes contagious. And when he's playing consistent and confident, then the rest of the offense is as well. So I think there is something to that as well, because at one point he hits DJ Moore for a touchdown. DJ's not even turned. He hits him right in the ear hole.
Well, he hit the defender in the ear hole.
The defender
Luckily
in
that
the
wasn't
ear hole.
picked.
Yeah.
So, okay, maybe that would have been a good throw if DJ had turned around, but nobody's on the same page all game. And so at some point, Caleb has to get everyone into a rhythm, and then I think everyone starts playing as one a little better.
Well, I can't wait to hear what Ben Johnson has to say. We're going to bring that to you here as soon as we can turn it around, because he looked irritated at times. Now, I will point out one really good, 4th down there at the end of the game to ice it. That was good execution. It was to Colson Loveland.
And it was a great play, a great decision from Ben Johnson there. They're up 12, and you have the decision to either go up 15 for the field goal or just get the fourth down, or the conversion, get the first down and ice the game. Because if you kick a field goal, it's still a 2-score game. 12-score game, 15-score game is still 2 scores either way. So Ben Johnson right there, understanding the analytics, and went right for it and got the first down and made it easy on.
That is Bragg's Analytics right
That's
there.
that's called Brickalytics.
Yeah,
Brickalytics.
Who came up with that name?
Brickalytics?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Indiana
I
Public
said it to
Schools,
Carm
baby.
over here.
Because you heard me say it, that you.
Maybe
took
that's
it.
what it
Yeah,
was.
But
Maybe that's what it
Copyright
was.
infringement.
Yeah, no.
My
that's-
brain is still frozen from the tailgate. So
It wasn't even that cold.
No, but what
bro.
You're getting
I will
soft, bro.
take this off and beat you with it. I do not want to hear it.
HR.
HR.
I
Yeah.
will take this mic off.
No,
I
but-
don't want to hear it.
I mean,
I was gonna say one thing about Caleb real quick. I think a lot of people, I think we all want him to be, this Pro Bowl caliber, one of the best in the league right away.
I do.
And I think we all do. But I don't think that's realistic, especially a younger guy. So you just got to give us some time. Was today a perfect game? No, he did a lot of things bad. He did some good things. But I think Ben Johnson, you have to trust the process with him to get through him. Right? He's a brilliant offensive mind. You just have to trust that Ben Johnson will do what he needs to do to get Caleb to the right place. So I think everybody just panics. Oh, he's trash. He's this. He's that. Like, you just have to give it some time. And we won the game. We got the run game going. So I think there's silver linings in every type of game, and the great silver lining was the run game and the identity of this team. It's going to get better. It is. It's 100% going to get better. But sometimes you're not going to have your best. You talked about Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes earlier in the season, one of the best quarterbacks ever on this planet. He struggles at times. But the Bears media never having that true quarterback that you feel great about, I think everything is magnified with a guy like Caleb Williams.
We're not used to quarterback development here in this city, and I think that was one of the biggest questions for me going into this year about Ben Johnson was, yes, I know he's an elite play caller, but would he have the patience to develop a quarterback? Because he certainly helped develop Jared Goff to what he is now, but Jared Goff was 6 years into his career and had played under Sean McVay.
And it took time in Detroit, too. It's not like it was overnight.
Absolutely. So this is a night and day thing between him and what he dealt with Jared. So it is going to require more patience, but that means it's also going to require more patience amongst this fan base. And so I'm with you guys. We certainly can be critical of him, but it is unrealistic to expect this just to stair-step all 17 games. Learning from your mistakes through a win like today should be celebrated, and we'll see how they bounce back next week. Something tells me with the way this coaching staff has responded off losses through the bye week, through the question marks, I have a good feeling we're going to see a different offense next Sunday against the Ravens.
I hope so. They're going to need it.
And you can come to Joe's on Weed Street and watch the game with all of us.
Oh.
If you come to Joe's on Weed Street, October 26th, we are all going to be there, live pregame, live postgame, and a live brick-by-brick after show. The whole gang is going to be there. You can go to allchgo.com/events, get your ticket. You can get a General Michigan ticket for $10, and then there's an elevated ticket that gives you all you can drink and all you can eat package with it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be there all morning, all afternoon. Join us. It's going to be awesome.
And Greg's going to be doing a bricolytic seminar there.
Yes.
And the talking point should be this. They were 0-2 and looked like the worst team in the NFL, had just given up 50 points to the Lions, and some people thought, yours truly, that they very well might be 0-4 going into the bye, and it was going to be over. They've won 4 games in a row, and 6 games into the season, they've yet to win a game because of the quarterback. So if you are a Caleb Williams believer, and I know there's a ton of you out there, imagine when they start getting the elite play from the quarterback, what this team is capable of. It's a huge turn from where they were, which makes me feel all googly sitting next to you, Hoge,
and they were
right now.
They were 4-2.
Googly.
Okay,
both of you guys.
They were 4-2 last year, and now they're back to 4-2 this year.
That's bricolytics.
That's bricolytics.
That's true.
And now I'm excited to see the difference between last year's
Stevie, do you think they'll let me do
staff.
bricolytics ever?
Bricolytics,
We don't wanna
They
leave.
bricolytics.
signaled 5 minutes ago.
We don't want to leave. We know we're getting kicked off. We're just going to keep
I can tell.
It's a filibuster.
There's not another hour afterwards. Hey, too quick. Actually, let's just break.
Oh, too quick. Too quick what? Take a bricolytics.
They're called super chats
Take a
with our
brick-
fans that spent $100 to put their comments
It's
on the
time for
screen and have them
Craigulator.
read.
It's time for the Craigulator.
It's time for the Craigulator. It's time for the Craigulator.
Okay, Craigulator. This better be good. A $100 super chat from the Craigulator, one of our YouTube members. Swift looking good. Monangai is my guy. Defense was on one today. Clutch plays when it counts. This is Bears football. Developing week by week. Bad refs again. Unbelievable. Let's freaking go, CHGO. Hit that like and subscribe.
It's time for the Craigulator. It's
He
time
also
for the
get-
Craigulator.
It's time for the Craigulator. He also gifted 20 CHGO sports memberships.
Let's go,
Craigulator.
It's time for the Craigulator.
Now it's time for
It's
the
time for the
Huss.
Craigulator.
Huss.
We knew you'd come for postgame. Huss.
Why did you
Huss.
say it like that?
Chatted us on pregame. Huss. $100 from Huss.
$100 from Huss. Late arriving was watching the Vikings lose. Shout out to the Vikings losing. Shout out to the Eagles covering, more importantly. Go Arizona and Tampa Bay. Not certain, but if Green Bay loses and Detroit loses tomorrow, where do we sit in the North?
I gotta look at the
Say it.
standings.
You don't need to look it up.
I
The
think
Bears
I'll
would be
get
in first
back to you
place.
with- I'll get back to you with my brickalytics here when we come back after
The Bears
players
would
only.
be in first place if those two things happened.
I like that you're looking at the standings, Huss, but don't even worry about that. Just focus on the now. Focus on the Monangai. Focus on the Swift. Focus on the Edmunds. Focus on the Dennis.
You focus on the
Ben.
now. It's time for you to get off the set. Players Only is next, and we're going to hear from Ben Johnson. But first, hey, Bears fans, Toyota has 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. The RAV4 has legendary versatility. The Grand Highlander's adult-size third row is for real. And the Tacoma's wild side comes standard, just like it comes standard with Carm. From job sites to campsites, game nights, there's an all-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive Toyota to get you there in style. Find yours at Toyota.com or visit your Chicagoland Toyota dealer. And right now is a great time to become a CHGO diehard. Upgrade your fandom today. You'll get access to all of our exclusive written content, a free t-shirt, plenty of discounts on future merch and events, plus access to our CHGO Discord lounge where we all hang out, talk Chicago sports, and so much more. Go to allchgo.com for the latest information on how you can join the thousands of CHGO diehards in our community. Can't wait to connect with you on a new level.
Love our diehards, appreciate the support, and love our friends at Eye on the Ball. Coaches, listen up. If you're looking for athletes to train, Eye on the Ball is where you need to be. It's very simple. You create your profile, you upload a background check, boom, you are in. And there is a new promo for coaches. You get your free 6 months. Start out. The first 6 months are free, and then it's just $50 a month or $500 for the whole year as you've built your business. This is a beautiful thing. You're in full control. We just connect you with the athletes who are already looking for a coach like you. Any sport, they've got it on there. So if you're ready to grow your coaching business, reach more athletes, go check it out right now. EyeOnTheBall.net. That's EyeOnTheBall.net. Don't wait. The athletes are already there looking for you.
It is time for our Players Only segment. We got Lance Briggs, number 55, with us, and Corey Wootton. And I will just toss it up to you guys. I think I said this to you in at one point in the game where it felt like back when you were playing, both of you guys were playing, and it was just one of those games where I thought on any given play when the defense was on the field, they could get a takeaway.
Yeah, it was exciting. Like that's a fun moment to be a part of, and that's the way I felt too. I felt like on any one of these plays, somebody's about to make another play. You know, there's going to be a sack, there's going to be a pick, there's going to be something that's about to happen, and you know, even when Rattler, when he scrambled and he's pointing, you know, like, hey, go this way. I'm like, well, you do realize there's a free safety that can see you doing that as well. Oh, that's where you're going to go? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Well, let me head in that direction too. And pop, you know, Kevin Byard gets another pick.
Yeah, this reminded me a lot of a game in 2012. I think El Boogie had that pick six that game.
I had a lot of pick sixes.
Yeah,
oh,
against the Cowboys, right?
Yes.
That Monday Night Football reminded me a lot of that. Peanut did.
Yes.
Major Wright had one.
Yes.
It just seemed like whoever was out there was going to get a play in there.
Yeah.
Just because it's you know when your defense gets to that point, when you feel confident that they're on the field and, hey, they may gash us a little bit, but we know that bend but don't break. We're going to get the turnovers.
Yes.
We get the ball back, and that's what you saw today for them. And what I loved, Jerry, the most was Dennis Allen. We talked about the front four really struggling to get pressure. He dialed it up. Brisker, Gordon, Tremaine, Edmunds.
Sweat.
Right? They finally got pressure. Got 4 sacks in that game, 3 turnovers. It was a huge game. It's great to see the defense flying around.
It's finally working the way it's supposed to be working. You know, once you dig into the trenches and you get that pressure up front, everybody on the back end can eat. Yeah. And we know what happens. You know what I'm saying? Once you get that pressure, picks happen. And this team is incredible with the takeaways. You know, and they've been keeping this unit together. I love it. I love what I'm seeing.
And listen, great things happen when your linebackers play well. All right? Tremaine Edmunds.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on,
everywhere.
That's your guy.
Come on. You know
Everywhere.
what I mean? He's just humming on the blitz. he's still getting more picks. He's playing at an all-pro level right now, in my opinion. And this is why we went and got him in free agency. This is why, guys, people have said, oh, man, what's going on with Tremaine? What is going on here and there? Why do we get this guy? This is why.
It seems like everything is slowing down for him.
Yeah.
It seems like obviously he has really good fundamentals, but he's able to just play fast, almost like he's anticipating what's happening, and he's actually going out there and he's making impact plays immediately.
The athleticism of a guy that's his height, his presence, he's starting to impose his will on all of his opponents, and it's really showing. It's really exciting to see him play at the level he's playing right now. He's very dominant football.
Yeah. It's really fun to see the linebackers going sideline to sideline, and the big thing about him is the size. He's almost 6'5".
He's a big dude,
250 pounds, but running that sub 4.5. Like you see him flying around there. You really see the speed come in there, and then also too, you see the DBs, right, reaping the benefits of
That's
all
right.
That. That's the best thing
The
about
back
it.
end.
You look at Nahshon Wright, like 6'4", just the size, the length,
Yeah.
and him having an awesome season. He made Hoge's in an interview in the locker room.
Yeah.
He made Hoge look like a shrimp there.
Yeah. No,
Seriously.
we had him on the pregame show, and that's I made the comment where I'm like, that might be the first corner I've interviewed where they're taller than me.
Man.
What I also like
tall
seeing
guys.
too is the DBs mixing it up. Like they're getting after wide receivers on the line of scrimmage, and they're just not saying, you know what, just have a free release and let's just get into a track meet.
This was finally the game where we saw Dennis Allen really try to mix some of that stuff up with Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker. They've done a little bit of it, but today they were putting those guys at the line of scrimmage a lot and making them guess. And then sometimes we saw Dexter drop back in coverage once. He almost had an interception. Another time where Montez, he dropped back. He actually got kind of fooled on that play. But I like seeing them mix it up and just get different looks because and what's cool, what I find cool, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this, just with Dennis Allen, every week seems to be a different game plan. Like he's not afraid to switch it up from week to week depending on the opponent, and that's what the head coach is doing on offense too.
Could be a personnel thing. Could be, having Kyler Gordon in there allows our defense to really flex its muscles.
Absolutely.
And with some of these guys, when they were hurt and not playing, we have to scale back a little bit, and make this a little bit more vanilla so that we can get guys to play faster. So I think it's, and we don't know who it is. You might be right. It's a week-to-week thing, but I do think personnel dictates what you can do. And if you have your top players out there, there's nothing like you open up your entire playbook.
Yep, and them in the blitz game was unbelievable, right? You got to win the one-on-ones.
Yes.
And they took
And those
advantage of
matchups.
that. Those are huge because sometimes people get locked up. The quarterback's out there pumping, but they were able to get around them, get the sack, come home, force some errant throws, get the sack. So it was a huge day. Sack fumble as well. So it was huge for them.
Quickly on offense, we got to give more praise to the running game. Because I was just saying this time last week, so before they played Washington, we were sitting here going, there is no running game. And they can't stop the run.
Right.
And today, after a great game Monday, 222 rushing yards to 44.
Love it.
You're going to win a lot of games if you could do that.
Yeah.
You have to stay patient as well, and I think that's what they showed, and that's what they displayed, is that they're going to stick with the run, and sometimes they kind of got out of that, but they went right back to the run, and they were able to gash people. And then also the blocking up front was absolutely amazing. Like the double teams that they've been working on and getting up to the next level. I mean, if you're a running back, this is what you want to see.
Oh, yeah.
You want to run behind this stuff, and as time goes on, you start to wear down the defense, start to wear down the trenches, and then get up on the secondary. And then, our running backs, they run hard. And if they can get to that level, then everything can be really explosive.
Especially in the stretch game, you look at the 3 technique, the point of attack. What they were doing really well was the combo block, throwing them to the other side. Then that guard is able to get up to the linebacker, and then clean sledding for Swift and Monangai to really go off. So that was huge in the stretch game, and they knew it was coming towards the end of the game. They couldn't stop.
They couldn't stop it.
Right, they're going on. They're looking at the sideline like, what are we supposed to do?
And then on top of that, the yards after the contact was really big too. Like these guys were running extremely hard. They were, inviting the contact, and they were just breaking tackles and then leaning forward, getting those first downs. That's what we want to see.
So if you ask any lineman, what would you prefer to do when it comes to blocking? We want to move forward. We want to double team these guys, and we want to push them back.
Exactly.
I've been around D tackles that have been getting double teamed all game long, and they look back and they're like, "Are you going to help me? Are you going to help
Take
me?
them off me.
You see what I'm dealing with?"
Get thrown out the club over here. No white tees,
Well, hey, look, Lance Briggs, Jerry Azumah, they will be on right after we're done here on CHGO Bears. Got the Brick by Brick after show
El Brique.
with the Brickinator, with the Brickalytics.
The Brickinator.
Greg Braggs, he's still singing over there. So we got you covered into the evening, of course. Don't go anywhere, though. Got a lot more coming up here on this post-game show, and we'll hear from Ben Johnson next. But first, if you head out to Ray Chevrolet, they've got deals sweeter than candy this Halloween. That's Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. You know where to go. Come in today to shop the No Tricks, Just Treats sales event and drive home with 0% financing, $0 down with no payments until 2026. That all sounds good. And here's one more. 0 hidden fees on select new Chevrolet models. Or, as always, at Ray, you can check out their selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000 with one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. You're sure to find the perfect vehicle for you. They're one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, and they're able to keep their prices competitive, so you know you're going to get a great deal, and they're always going to give you that raise price promise. So don't miss out on their No Tricks, No Treats sales event going on all month long for 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments until 2026, and 0 hidden fees on select new Chevrolet models. Shop Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963 together. Let's drive.
And shout out to our friends at Game Time. That's right. This is the place for you to get your tickets. Hopefully you did that earlier today because you would have gotten a great value to get into Soldier Field through that rain as prices dropped right before a game time. Fees are included, so you see your total up front. That's how they do it there. No surprise fees at checkout. One of my favorites on the Game Time app is the zone deals.
Yeah.
You pick any, hey, I'm willing to sit in this section. I don't care exactly where it is. I want a bigger discount. And Game Time will choose the seats and give you that. That's a big-time move. Plus, here's the biggest one, the lowest price guarantee. Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. You find a better price on another website, you bring that picture, you scan that you take a little screenshot of it, send it to Game Time, 100%, 110% of that exact seat through Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use that code CHGO, $20 off. Tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
All right, back here on CHGO Bears post game, presented by Toyota and Bet365. Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Corey Wootton, Greg Braggs Jr. Got a lot more coming your way. Before we get to Ben Johnson, we saw our guy T3P in the comments.
That's right.
I just thought we'd have a nice, quick moment of silence for T3P because his guy Justin Fields was benched today in New York.
That's not nice. No, we're not. We're not dunking on Justin.
We're dunking
No,
on
we're
T3P.
dunking on T3P.
We're not dunking on T3P.
Yes, we are.
Oh, stop. That's extra.
That is for
That's a
the
violation.
last part of the show.
Yeah, you can't do that in the
holster
first
your
hour.
Monica.
But Hoge just went rogue and he T3P in the middle of this power.
I can't go rogue when I'm driving the show. I can do whatever I want.
It's rogue. It's a rogue Hoge.
Always go rogue Hogue.
Rogue Hoge.
Hashtag rogue Hogue. All right, here, I'm not going rogue. Let's go to Ben Johnson. Let's hear from the head coach. I'm fascinated to hear what because he just looked irritated the whole game. So something tells me he'll calm it down. Look, we even got the photo for you today.
Mad dad,
He's
right?
just
When you mess up.
fierceful. Here is Ben Johnson after the game.
So in terms of injuries there, I think we had two guys that didn't make it out of that one, and that was Tyreek. He had a shoulder, and Cole had a back. So we'll see where they're at tomorrow. I think this game really started and finished there with our defense. They just did a phenomenal job throughout. When you look at those critical numbers. It was 44 yards rushing. I saw 4 sacks and 4 turnovers, and I just thought, credit to Dennis Allen and his crew one more time. They're doing a great job getting us the ball on offense with great field position, and it certainly gives us a ton of momentum in games like that. And so they just did an awesome job. Offensively, the 200 yards rushing, I think both ball carriers ran physical, ran violent, but huge credit to our offensive line and the tight ends in that core blocking unit, because you could feel that line of scrimmage move at times, and our backs were finding the holes. So that was really the name of the game there. A lot that we can clean up and we can improve. That's always a good thing. We'll coach these guys hard, and we'll turn our page onto Baltimore soon after this. Open it up.
With the running game, how satisfying is it to have come out of the bye week with answers and found something there that's giving you some life?
Yeah, no, I think we've been pretty consistent with that message, that it was just going to take a little bit of time to get our O-line on the same page and feel good about their fits and their combinations, and I think that's starting to come together. You accumulate the reps over the course of camp and through these first 5 games going into the 6th one here, and I think you really see it start to come to life a little bit. So credit to them. I feel really good. They're really well coached. Dan Rochar, Kyle Devan, they do phenomenal jobs, and they've been very consistent with that crew. It's a prideful group. Obviously, they want to protect the quarterback in the passing game, and they want to be able to run for 200 every week in the running game. So really proud of what that looked like today.
You had several red zone trips today that didn't result in touchdowns, but field goals. What do you think was the problem that prevented you all from getting those 7 points instead of the 4?
We'll have to take a look at it. I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Coach, these turnovers is consistent. It's weekly now. It's not like just some once in a while type of thing. What do you most contribute to how the defense is taking the ball there?
Yeah, I think, they come in bunches, and these guys, we got a method in place of how we want to practice it. Dennis does a great job with instilling that confidence in those guys, putting them in the right spot. When the ball touches their hands, they're coming down with it. We really don't have many drops on that side of the ball. They're very conscious of it when it's a running play to try to punch at that ball and get it out. And so, it's just really working for us right now. And really, our team needs it. I mean, it's really been the foundation of this last 4-game stretch for us.
And Nahshon's takeaway seemed to be the spark early for you. What did you see both on the interception and then the return that obviously gave you good
Which one?
Nahshon's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a great catch. And then we've really been emphasizing, because we've been getting all these, is how do we turn these into whether it's in scoring range or getting in the end zone ourselves on defense. And so all of our guys are taking a ton of pride in getting connected after an interception like that and looking to make key blocks so that we can extend that. I thought Shawnee hopped on up and was really – I thought he was going to go down once or twice, and he just kept on going. So you might have to give him the ball a little bit on offense as well.
And you talked about the discipline, the details, the things you want to clean up. And striking that balance of doing that, what's your message to the team afterwards in terms of looking ahead and getting those things right?
Yeah, I think that's the benefit of when you win. You can usually coach a little bit harder, and so we're always truth tellers on Monday in particular. And when it's good, we'll tell them when it's good. When it's bad, we'll tell them what we got to clean up. And so there's a number of things there today that we can get better at.
You see a little reversion, following up to that question, in terms of some of the sloppiness overall?
Say it again.
Some of the sloppiness, did you see a little bit of reverting back to some of the issues that you guys?
No, I would say I was hopeful that Game 6 we would play cleaner football than that.
Any sense of what happened on the 4th and goal? There was a missed exchange, but then there was a false start.
Yeah, they blew it dead, false start, so moved us back and ended up kicking.
Do you know what happened with Caleb and Drew there?
No.
It was just the 2 drives for the defense wrapped around halftime. They kind of let some things get away. How disappointing was that when you guys were dominating the game and looking to go into halftime?
Yeah, I mean, I put the before half on us offensively as much as giving up that big play on defense. We had that 3 and out. We had control of possessing that ball before halftime, and we didn't do a good enough job. I think that's 2 weeks in a row there. We've had a 3 and out before halftime. Something that we practice, something that we really stress, and we're not getting the job done there. So we put the defense in a bad spot. I thought we limited their explosives throughout that day, except for the one before halftime that resulted in points for them. So, and then out of halftime, I thought we had some chances, and we just couldn't stop them. But beyond those two drives.
So you heard Ben Johnson there talk about how, putting it bluntly, that 6 games in the season, he was hoping they'd be a little bit cleaner than they were today, but also a lot of praise for the offensive line, Dan Roshar, they've turned the corner in a lot of very good, important areas, but they still have a lot of room to clean up some of the stuff. It's interesting they were as successful as they were at times when they never felt like they were in a rhythm as a whole entire offense. In the running game, yes, but even like pre-snap, just everybody being on the same page, it was clunky.
One thing about Ben, that he's going to live in reality, and that press conference was very much based in reality. That's one of the first times you just pointed it out that he was asked, what went wrong in the red zone? I'll have to look at the tape. I bet
he hasn't done that a whole lot.
He hasn't, and I bet you he has a pretty good idea of what went wrong, but he wasn't going to sit there and throw whoever or whatever went wrong in his mind under the bus until he really looked at it. So for me, watching Ben and the way he handles everything, it's like every time that guy talks, you get more and more confidence that the Bears are going to keep going in the right direction because he has a very good grip of where his football team is at.
I think the one good part about this is offensively they did play that well in the passing game, and then going into a team like against Baltimore, I think that's a good thing because he's going to get them fired up and ready to go this week. So I'd be surprised if we don't see major improvement in the passing game this week. So I think, the one thing is we kind of thought this was going to be their coming out party. And you wondered if they had success against a team like the Saints that have struggled, would they come into a game like Baltimore like, their record's not that good, we can beat them, and kind of walk into there? But now he's going to get them fired up this week.
It wasn't long ago the Ravens were a Super Bowl contender. Obviously, it's been.
And I think they still probably could make contention for the playoffs and the Super Bowl. I never count them out, honestly. I think they're a veteran team that has a lot of great players.
Yeah, I would just say the other thing I think I neglected to bring up in the quarterback report of this whole end of it, when you talk about the struggles, yes, snapping the ball and the cadences is still something that needs to be focused on. But overall, I think when you look at the third down, what was it, 3 of 15?
3 of 12.
3 of 12, thank you. The blitzing, I think at one point in the broadcast they brought up Caleb's numbers when he wasn't blitzed versus when he was. And so I think you saw Brandon Staley throwing some different things at not just Caleb, but a young left tackle in Theo Benedict as well, and trying to figure out how they can confuse those guys. And so Caleb has to respond better to how he's reacting to the blitz. I think he's done a pretty good job of it throughout the year. But even at one point, Kyle Monangai, who I'm a big fan of, he did a great job of picking up a blitz.
Defensive end.
But Caleb didn't trust it and erratic, throwing the ball out, dirted it right in front of a guy. And that's where I just think it just comes down to trust and Caleb calming himself down. But they did not respond well to the blitz today. And you saw that in week 1 against the Vikings. Brian Flores is going to just keep dialing it up on you in the second half. I think it was 60% of their snaps they were blitzing. So they've got to be ready for this here coming up next week against the Ravens, because that's what it's going to show on tape. Blitz these guys, get them off their scheme, get them off whatever they're trying to do from a rhythm standpoint, and that's going to throw off the whole order of operations.
Am I misremembering what I saw, though? Wasn't his numbers against the blitz way better than when he wasn't blitzed?
That's
correct,
game.
right?
He was better against the blitz than he was
Caleb's
not blitzed.
It might not have looked maybe to your eye test or whatever,
correct.
but his numbers.
I thought it was the other way around.
His numbers were better when he was blitzed.
I apologize.
Yeah. Because that internal clock, that's something that a lot of young quarterbacks fight with, right? When they have time, it gives them illusion I can hold on to the ball all day, as opposed to looking down the field, going through my progressions. Hey, where do I need to check it down? So I think that's something he needs to get a little bit better at, but I think people are just want to jump to conclusions, say he's not the guy. Listen, they're winning games at this point, right? We thought they'd be 0-6 at this point. I really did. So the turnaround from them, it's going to get better. And Ben Johnson, you just have to trust the offensive mind that he is, that he's going to take him to the right place, because Caleb is more talented than Jared Goff. And that's no disrespect to him. He has all the tools. It's about getting him there.
All right, we want to take you inside the locker room. Adam Jahns will join us shortly, but he was in there and had a chance to talk to Kyle Monangai, who had a great game today. 13 carries. It was good to see Kyle Monangai used more. So DeAndre Swift got 19. Monangai had 13. And Monangai delivered 81 yards on those 13 carries. That's good for 6.2 yards per carry. Love that. His longest rush of the day was 24. And most importantly, despite the refs trying to keep him out of the end zone, he did get his first career NFL touchdown. Here's Kyle Monangai, the rookie, in the locker room after the game.
We definitely felt something in the run game, and I think that starts with the guys up front. And that's been something we've been harping on all these weeks, saying we got to get the run game going because we know we have the ability to do it. And it was going today. It was going today, and Swift was running great. I was following the guys up front, and we're just clicking in the run game.
How did it feel like to find the end zone?
Felt great. I've been missing it. It's been a long time, but I hope this is first of many, and we can keep that trend going.
Did you think you were going to get it the play before?
I thought I did. Yeah. I thought I did, but. Can't control what they say, so I'm glad to get on the next one.
Now, this is clearly the most involved you've been in the rushing attack. How good did that feel to get that opportunity and then produce with that opportunity?
Yeah, great to get the opportunity for sure. And then now it's just on me when I get those opportunities to make the most of it. And it speaks to me that the trust they have in me to involve me that much, and I got to make the most of my opportunities.
The O-line's really coming together. How do you feel about the way that group has performed, especially the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, they've been working their tail off. I see it day in and day out throughout the week, so it's no surprise to me. But yeah, like I said, I follow their lead. They move those guys up front. It makes our job easier in the backfield.
When you control the game on the ground like that, does it kind of demoralize the defense when you're able to control it the way you guys did?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when your running game's working, you kind of set the pace of the game, and it's demoralizing for a defense to just take click after click, us getting 4 or 5, maybe 3, and then pop a big one for 15, 20, whatever it may be. So I think a good run game can definitely do that to a defense.
What's changed for the run game since the bye?
I think we've just been working at it, just keep working at it. It didn't go the way we wanted to the first couple of weeks, and we still have a long way to go for sure. But we're starting to get that rhythm and get that groove going.
Do you feel that belief from Ben to keep calling those plays for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the more and more we show that we can do it, the more confident and the more he's going to feel that, to call those runs like he tells us all the time. So, we're going to have to run the ball at the end of the day. That's what he likes to do, and we got to make the most of each play that calls.
Kyle, today felt like a great run game, just based on both you and DeAndre. So how much had Ben been showing you guys just over training camp just till now? That's the plan for this offense to work successfully. How did that come to fruition today?
Yeah, I think he's harped on the run game since OTA, since we got introduced to the offense. And like I said, it wasn't clicking at first for us the way we wanted to, the way we planned for it. And we still got a long way to go. But today definitely felt like, the start of us getting into our rhythm.
He said, I think it was last week, he was I take this really personally when the run game doesn't hit because he spends so much time there.
Yeah.
How did that show up?
Yeah, I feel the same way. We put a lot of work into the run game every day. So, it's good to see the fruits of your labor work when it's showing out on Sundays.
Being able to close this game out on the ground, how much did that mean where you're in the fourth quarter and the clock is winding down and they can't get the ball back?
That's my type of football. I like that in games like that. The 4-minute mode, just keep going at it and, close out the game with the ball in our hands.
How special was the touchdown for you, and what are you going to do with the ball?
Probably give it to my mom or something. I always give stuff like that to her. But yeah, I'm excited to go get it. I got to go get it. Matter of fact, I can't leave here without it. So I'm excited to see that and hold it for the first time, for the first time.
Right.
I was about to say, did you kind of left it there?
I definitely did.
Were you freaked out, you're not going to get it back?
Not freaked out. I didn't think about it. So I spun the ball, and then who was it? I think DJ, Luther, somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, did you keep the ball?" And then I was like, damn. So yeah, they got it for me though. So yeah, I'm grateful.
Good looking out for whoever grabbed that ball for Kyle Monangai, and they'll paint that thing up, I'm sure, for him and designate it the right way. His first career touchdown, and pretty cool that he's going to give it to his mom.
Really, really happy for him. I'm a big believer in Kyle Monangai. Today he showed, I think, what he's fully capable of on this team. How about that on the pass in the flat where he broke 3 tackles and got the first down? That's the kind of you'll have this whole city on your side with runs like that. He almost broke another one later in the game. He's a bowling ball, man, and he's got a ton of talent, and I think he's a great complementary back to what Swift does.
And what I love the most in the pass protection game, we saw him go one-on-one with I think it was Granderson, the defensive end, and stood him up.
Stood him up.
Literally knocked him backwards. He tried to swim over him. He couldn't do it. So I think usually the young running backs struggle in pass protection. What I saw was a guy that was hungry. And a lot of times in pass protection, it's all want to. And we saw him get the best of a lot of people today.
Well, from Monangai to our guy.
Oh.
Wow. Good. That was pretty. I'll take it. Johnsy, what's up?
Monangai. Am I saying that right with the Chicago accent?
You say it how you say it. I like that. I can't do that. Monangai.
Monangai.
Get the bottom Monangai.
Our guy Monangai.
I didn't think it was notable that Ben said that our ball carriers. It was that felt like a little bit of a slight elevation for the Monangai, our ball carriers.
Roshan had a nice run too.
He did.
One run, right?
One run, but it was a nice
Maybe
run.
two.
You know who else?
11 yards on that one run. That was a big one. I think it was on third down.
Yep.
He had
I think you're right.
Little feet in the hole.
It was a big run.
Yeah.
Yep. Like John's running and hiding from the tailgate this morning.
Oh,
wow.
Afraid of a little rain there, John's?
No.
Your
The
cushy
truth is
press
I
box?
It is cushy. Actually, the food's gotten a lot better up here. But truth is, I had to get my two sons ready for their football game this morning.
Don't throw the kids at us.
Oh, you're going to come at his family? You
Wow,
can't have
messed up,
family
Greg.
time?
That's messed up. Hey, Johnsy, let's talk about the secondary. Lot of interceptions. These guys keep piling it up. We also saw Dennis Allen mix it up a little bit with some blitzes today as well. Use Kyler Gordon a little bit more, I thought, in that area. What did you learn post game?
That this energy is contagious in the secondary, and that's not just the takeaways, the interceptions, the plays on the ball. It's the aggression after the quarterback. We were talking about this before the game about how Dennis Allen could open it up a little bit more with Kyler Gordon back in his second game since his injury. And they did. They attacked Spencer Rattler in different ways, especially early on. I think the Saints had trouble really identifying who was coming. Was it Brisker? Was it Gordon? They showed that a lot, sometimes on the same side of the line. They didn't know who was coming. And obviously both of them are very good at blitzing, getting to the quarterback, and being physical at that point of contact. So the takeaways, guys, they love it. It's contagious. They're all competing. Who can get the next interception? It's something that Al Harris preaches continuously to them. But at the same time, that aggression, that aggressiveness, the physicality, I think that's contagious as well.
Well, I think another big development we've had over these last couple games is the run defense. What are your thoughts there? Because it feels like Andrew Billings, the emergence of Shamar Turner, they're moving him all around the defensive line. It feels like they're really finding a way to make teams one-dimensional and not being able to run as successfully, especially inside the tackles.
Yeah, and getting TJ Edwards back, having him at the mic, I think has been a key part of that as well. Maybe it's just personnel and Dennis Allen learning where everybody works best in his system. And it's taken him a few weeks to get to this point. We talked about the adjustments that Ben Johnson made coming out of the bye week. I think Dennis Allen deserves some credit too. This run defense has been outstanding since the bye week, and they've had to face a really good run offense in Washington last week, and then obviously a Alvin Kamara here at Soldier Field. So, Braggs, everything you said there is right. It's true. I'm going to throw TJ Edwards in that mix and really give Dennis Allen a lot of credit for whatever he's doing, whatever he's calling to shut down opposing run offenses.
The Dennis Allen point, did he do we get a sense that this meant a little extra to him and maybe he's letting that out now after the game?
No, it was safety Kevin Byard who revealed that throughout the week, Dennis Allen never really brought up the Saints and just in terms of his history there and what this game could mean to him. But then Byard goes, look, I've been in this league a long time. I'm a veteran. I know better. I know what this game meant to Dennis Allen. And I think you saw it early on with the blitzes he was dialing up, the way that the Bears were flying to the football, the way they were attacking the ball in the air. They wanted this game for Dennis Allen. So we talk about just the chemistry, the camaraderie that's building under Dennis Allen. I think it's there. It's under there. Of course it's there under Ben Johnson. I think we're all seeing signs of that, 4 wins in a row. But what's building on defensively with the takeaways and now the sacks, like this is something as well.
And Johnsy, on the other side of the ball, the weirdest play of the game was that botch snap with Dahlman. Can you talk a little bit about that, if you heard anything from the locker room about that?
Yeah, Drew Dahlman, talked to him in the locker room, and he is blaming himself for everything. He was on the second one, right? It would be the second one where he snapped the ball and got lucky with the false start, right? Or he snapped it to himself. I'm forgetting them because there was a few in a row there, but or it felt like there was a few for Drew Dalman. But he was blaming himself for being on the wrong cadence and everybody else being on the right cadence. So you like to hear that from your veteran leader, from your high-priced center. It's not good. Obviously, something is off. Maybe there's something more to this, but Drew Dalman, being the professional that he is, he fell on the sword for everybody. He told us in the locker room that he was on the wrong cadence on that snap to himself when everybody else was on the right cadence.
Jahns, you're a veteran. You've been doing this for a long time. Do you think that is Drew Dalman falling on the sword for his quarterback, or do you think that he's really saying it's his fault?
My instincts want to tell me that it's a veteran player it's a veteran center protecting his quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what's happening here. We saw other false starts. Theo Benedict had one. The tight ends had a couple more. And I do think this is a lot of players trying to get on the same page, trying to get a read on the cadence, trying to get a jump on their own cadence to get a good, break off the ball. And they're just not getting it for whatever reason. So that's what my instincts tell me. But I also want to trust Drew Dalman in this. So maybe there was a combination of both. Maybe there's more here than Dalman wanted to reveal. He didn't want to go too far into it, but that's what my instincts tell me. You have a veteran center protecting his young quarterback on and off the field.
I bet he didn't want to go too far into it. It's kind of confusing, honestly.
It seemed like on one of the plays, Dalman and the guard were moving at the same time. So it seems like maybe it was a cadence issue on one of them, but obviously protecting his quarterback, he's getting all the scrutiny. So hats off, veteran player, taking that one.
Well, and Cole committed a false start today, and he got taken out of the field, and you saw him going to the sidelines. And I've never seen Cole, basically talking to the coaches over, what do you explaining why he did what he did.
But on that one, he was the only one that moved.
Right.
So it's been confusing. It continues to be confusing. I'm sure the head coach is continuing to be baffled by it. Johnsy, finally, before we let you go, it was a windy day at Soldier Field. It started rainy. The sun was out by the end of the game, but it seemed like the wind was switching up, sometimes gusting, sometimes not. How did Jake Moody handle all that?
Jake Moody first said the footing was good at Soldier Field, so that's a win for the grounds crew here in downtown Chicago. Number two, he described a windy situation that seemed to change per possession, sometimes during a possession. So every TV timeout, every opportunity that he could get, he took the field and threw a bunch of grass in the air to try to get a read for how the wind was changing, or at least on that moment. So he took the field a lot when he had the opportunity to figure out the wind. And I asked him, was there a certain kick where you had to adjust to the wind more than others? He said no. He goes, I was aiming down the middle most of the time, almost every time, just to play it safe, because it was so unpredictable and how the wind was going to maybe shift his kick. But he never thought, at least the feeling I got from him, that the wind was strong enough to where it would really move his kick completely out of direction. He thought having a wet ball, being heavier, that would change the trajectory a little bit and maybe cut through the wind a bit. So maybe you saw that. But that's more special team stuff I know you could get into if you wanted to talk to him.
Well, Johnsy, do we have to, it's not like I really want to do this, but the reason that the grass that Moody was able to pick up and throw and into the air, that he had that grass, is because of Matt Eberflus. He put down the turf. And on a rainy day, Hoge, maybe Matt Eberflus is really the unsung hero of today's victory.
Time out. Weren't you just ripping on Matt Eberflus in the pregame show a few hours ago?
Well, I know. I just said that he was afraid of his own shadow, which is true. But he also did put the grass down. And the grass mattered today. Soldier Field held up, and the Bears won.
He did fix the turf. I give it to him.
Flus.
It was worth it.
I'd write about that if I were you at lchgo.com, but you probably have something else going on.
One final question from me, Jahns, and obviously the last couple wins in Vegas and against Washington were, thrilling end of game victories, locker rooms out of their minds. I'm just curious about the temperament of the locker room today. Dominant on a few different fronts, but sloppy in others. Playing a team they probably expected to win, so I'm just curious kind of what it felt like in that locker room.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys had this feeling in the studio when the Saints score their 2 touchdowns. We're like, you have that feeling of oh no, like here we go again. We've lived this one before, where an inferior opponent somehow rallies because guys are getting injured. There's mistakes. There's blown coverages. The momentum has shifted. But then the defense, I really think that's the story of the day. The defense, well, in the running game, working together. I mean, this is straight out of the Lovie Smith era of football. Defensive takeaways. The Bears got off the bus running, and the quarterback play was kind of somewhere in the middle. Not great. So they won behind their defense. They won because they controlled the clock. They controlled the line of scrimmage with their offensive line and that ground game. You know, Lovie Smith definitely would be proud of this one. But the temperament in the locker room, I think it's confident right now, Braggs. They're feeling good. They had a few wild, crazy wins, a couple of those. But then this one, I think they just felt like they were the better team from start to finish. And I think the final margin shows that they were.
Absolutely. All right, Johnsy, great stuff. We'll be reading all of your coverage at allchgo.com.
The best.
Pat Norton as well. Is a great time to remind you to become a diehard. So you can get all of Johnsy's content throughout the week, his takeaways column, insider analysis with me, and notebooks as well, plus the long features. I still encourage people to go read the Theo Benedict story from last week. It was phenomenal. So great stuff, Johnsy. We will talk to you at some point this week.
Yep. See you tomorrow, boys.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
All right, Johnson.
And if
Hoge
you
and
come
Jahns
out,
tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. live, and we have a special announcement because people have been – it's been a few years since we've done a live show for Hoge and Jahns. There's your little teaser because it's coming.
Oh,
very nice.
that's huge. It's a reminder on Mondays. 3 Bear shows. What's so funny?
Woot's a child.
I know. I said the live show is coming.
And then he said it's
that.
huge.
And then,
And then he said
that's
huge.
Who's got a great mind? Hey, 3 every Monday. You get Hoge and Jahns at the border. You get CHGO Bears at 1, and then you get Brick by Brick at night. Phil, Shane.
That's not brick by brick.
Whatever.
CHGO
one of
Bears.
these weeks he'll get
After
Monday.
dark.
After
dark.
Bears
Sorry.
After dark on Monday. It is confusing.
I mean, the guy's got 17 shows. And his spaces. How do you keep
We
spaces?
met his Spaces buddy.
Met Irvin Jr.
He has real
Irvin
friends
Jr.
that are real humans that he's met. I thought
Jimmy Jr.'s
we were
phone
talking
number.
to these guys, and I thought they like you guys must have gone to high school together, right? Like they were talking to each other like they were like the longest friends. And they're like, yeah, we met on Spaces,
They were great guys. I loved them.
and then they wrestled each other.
We
in
were
the
doing
mud.
the Oklahoma drill in the river.
We call that the Braggs River.
Yeah.
We call it the Braggs River. All right, hey,
Then I almost threw Carm in the river.
we still got. Yeah, we saw that video. We still have our game balls to give out. One of Braggs' 8 shows is coming up right after we're done here, Brick by Brick after show. But we also want to hear from Nashon Wright. He had an interesting day. He was also on the CHGO pregame show, so we got to put him on the postgame show. Glad he's still standing after that shot he took into the area you don't want to take a shot. Here's Nashon Wright, all 6'4" of them after the game.
Yeah, it definitely feels good when you can come up with the ball. Yeah, that's really it. Like when you get the, I don't know, you definitely get more confident, like you said, as you go along, and you continue to take the ball away, and yeah.
The pick you had was at the end of that drive. That drive was kind of crazy to think because you guys were nailing rattlers, like one thing after another. What's it feel like? And then you come up with a pick.
Mm-hmm.
What's it feel like to have that kind of domination at a point like that?
It felt great. Like you said, it was like what, 3rd and 20. We ended up getting a roughing the passer, and then the following 3rd down, I get the pick. So that first half, it felt like we towards. Not the last part of the second quarter, but up until then, it just felt like we were firing on all cylinders on defense.
Right, it was as physical as as you guys have played. Huh?
For sure.
Can you take us through your interception? Take us through your interception?
We were in a call, and basically my man, I just kind of undercut the dig and made a diving interception. I wish I would have scored. I kind of lost where I was at in relation to the sideline, but hey, I'll take it.
It's one thing to have the interception, but then to have all that yard, all those yards afterwards. I mean, you've done it twice now. What do you see, I guess, just allows your vision to get you down into the red zone?
Well, I used to play receiver, so I got a little bit. So, but nah, we preach like get the ball to the near numbers, and luckily Briss ran into me because I was getting ready to cut across the field, and then from there just try to make people miss, and then I wish I would, if I would have knew I was out on the sideline, I would have scored.
When's the last time you played receiver?
Ooh, 2018, junior college.
Kevin just said that Al Harris is a quota for you guys every game. He put out the number 4 this year.
Yeah.
Is that true? What's the story behind what he's...
So I've been with Al for a long time, and especially when you get up early, like you know the ball got to go in the air. But he's all like that's just been him, like 4. Like let's go into this game and get 4. And when you can come up with 4, it's great. Like, and then once you when you continue to generate turnovers, they gotta put the ball in the air. The offense goes score. Like so, yeah. 4 is the magic number right now.
All right, there is Nashon Wright in the locker room. He had a chance to score on that. I don't know if he did, but I thought he could have cut back and maybe had a chance to get through there. I never like when guys just run out of bounds. But
I thought it was a great interception return. I thought he showed a little shimmy shake out there.
Yep. Oh, it was good with the speed.
Yeah,
when he got the ball in his hands, no question.
Talk about needing Nahshon Wright. Who knows what's going to be with Tyreek Stevenson? Hopefully that shoulder injury is not too serious, but Tyreek going out today, that ain't great.
A couple injuries to watch. Never good when a player is ruled doubtful right away, and the Bears had 2 of those today to starters. Tyreek Stevenson with the shoulder. That makes me nervous. And then Cole Kmet. We know Cole plays through everything. And so to get ruled, he wasn't ruled out right away, but he was ruled doubtful pretty quickly with a back injury. That one... Both of those are a little concerning. By the way, the Arizona Cardinals currently beating the Green Bay Packers 6-3 in the desert late in the second quarter.
Let's go Arizona.
So, okay. I am being told we have something new to share with you guys.
Uh-oh.
A new shirt or shirts? Shirts?
Plural.
Singular.
Singular.
There it is.
Let's go.
There's a Victory Monday. Even though it's Sunday, we're previewing it for a Monday. A new CHGO.
Let's get it.
Victory Monday shirt release.
Yeah.
Just keep dropping them. Become a diehard. You get a free shirt as soon as you sign up.
That's awesome. And if you're a diehard already, that's another reason to sign up to get that shirt. But if you're already a diehard, you can always use your 20% discount whenever we drop new merch like that. So check that out.
Merchandise part of the company has been working overtime lately.
Yeah.
They've really just taking no prisoners over there.
If you have arms like Bragg's, they do have Smedium available as well. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And I hear that any day now the Carmba mentality shirt is going to be made available.
Any day.
The Carmonica?
Carmba mentality.
Oh.
Don't you think?
I like Carmonica.
You want the Carmonica shirt? I think that's another good shirt, too.
The
Carmonica shirt.
Yeah.
Nobody needs a Carmonica or a Carmonica shirt. Let's do our game balls. Our game balls, which are presented by RC Cola. RC Cola is not a soft drink, boys. It's just damn good cola. I'm going to give my game ball to a member of the defense who Fox put up the stat in the middle of the game. It was good nugget by them. Kevin Byard now has 33 interceptions since he came into the league in 2016, and that is the most in the league.
Wow.
So during the time that Kevin Byard has been in the league, he leads the league in interceptions, and it should have been 34 because he had friendly fire from Nashon Wright. Otherwise, he was going to pick off that second one as well. So my game ball goes to Kevin Byard. That is a very remarkable. That's something to hang your hat on when you've been in the league as long as Kevin Byard has, to lead the league in interceptions over that time. 33 is a lot of interceptions. 34 would have been even better.
Yeah, it was hilarious watching Spencer Rattler pointing to the receiver to go downfield, and when they showed the replay from Kevin Byard's angle, you could see him looking at
like, okay, I'll go over there.
And Spencer didn't see him. He's just hawking. That was
So that's and here's what's also crazy about that Kevin Byard stat I just gave you. He had 0 his rookie year.
Crazy.
So the stat says since 2016, but it's really from 2017 that he's had that many interceptions, because that was the year he had 8, which led the league. So I think that led the league. It was definitely the most in his career. But Kevin Byard, shout out to him. He gets my game ball.
Like it. Gregory, you want to go next?
Sure. Sure.
I just want to see which way people are going to go here. Why don't you
which
go?
way I'm
Thrown
going.
it to him if I knew he was going.
He can't really make that type of play, so we had to hand it to him. Yeah,
My game ball is going to go to my guy, Kyle Monangai.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Setting the tone. Guy plays with physicality, low center of gravity, getting his first career NFL touchdown here this season, here today. It was great to see. He should have had 2. He almost broke another one later. The little pass in the flat where he breaks 3 tackles was my favorite play of the game probably. And I just love to watch this guy play football. And now that you got this offensive line moving as one unit, I think he's a perfect match for what they're trying to do. And I think he's a perfect fit for the style of running that Ben Johnson wants to do. And that's an identity of physicality and toughness.
There we go. So you said Monangai. I'm going to go the colleague in the backfield. Swifty. Thunder and lightning finally coming together. Swifty the past couple of weeks has been incredible. The Bears are making concerted effort to get the run game going, like you talked about. Wasn't perfect in the passing game. Defense wins championships, running the football, the aggression, and being able to close out games. That's something they did today. So now we finally got our Thunder and Lightning. Swifty's been going. We were wondering who's the other piece. Monangai and him together. So Swifty and Monangai, those are our game balls right there.
Drop your game balls in the comments. Pizzatola gave his to Steven. Said best producer, smart football guy.
Hey.
Excellent choice. I highlighted him earlier, but this game ball is going to our playmaker on defense. Lance Briggs has been screaming about him all year long. Tremaine Edmunds has arrived. 15 tackles against the Cowboys, 11 against the Raiders. That's 26-2. Add on 12 versus the Commanders. That's 38-3, and 9 more today. 47 tackles in his last 4 games. That's getting it done, and not only just doing that, but getting it done in the backfield today. His first sack of the year, which was sweet to see. Learning how to use him a little bit more here. Tremaine, 49. We've been seeing you a lot, and you were not being seen a lot last year. Big time change with Dennis Allen. Congratulations to Maine.
He looks great. And if I had a deflated game ball to give out, I would give it to the referees. What an absolute horse crap OPI call on Colson Loveland. That is exactly how you draw up that play, the pick play, where he's looking for the ball, standing his ground, and the guy runs into him. To call that is horrible. Also, Kyle Monangai scored on the first touchdown play. I'm glad they went right back to him and got him his first touchdown because he was in on the first one. I have no idea why they blew the whistle when everybody was moving forward. And I get why they called the roughing the passer on Jaquan Brisker, but we got to do something about that rule. We got to. There's got to be like an exception to if you hit the quarterback's arm or the ball first, then the contact to the helmet should not matter that much. If you hit him clean in the helmet, fine, I get it. I get why they're protecting the quarterbacks. But when you make a good play on the ball, you should not be punished for that. It is ridiculous. I don't blame the officials on the field for that call today because they're just calling a bad rule correctly. But it's a bad rule. We're going overboard. Otherwise, just take the helmet off the quarterbacks. They don't need the helmet. Why do they need to wear a helmet if you can't touch it? Just take it off them. Because this is still football at some point, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, even the holding call on Andrew Billings, I get letter of the law. You don't see that called ever. Just like last week with the Theo Benedict call on the line of scrimmage, you don't see that called ever. All of a sudden it gets called on the Bears. And then 2 plays later, Andrew Billings literally gets tackled to the ground. That's holding on him. They don't call it for him. And so it's been a few weeks in a row now that the officiating has been abysmal and definitely against going against the Bears in a lot of ways.
Oh, the one they called on Kyler Gordon too. He hit him too hard in the shoulder. Sorry, Woot, that was too hard. You get it's a personal foul for hitting.
I would love common sense refereeing, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get that. I do. Give me the ball one more time, Hoger. I want to give an honorary game ball. This is an honorary game ball to a non-honorary part of the organization. Ben Johnson, 0-2 to 4-2. You get a game ball. We're flipping it to you, and we are also giving it to you for the first ever Ben Johnson Challenge victory.
Oh, yeah.
As they 3rd and 20, they do the hook and ladder, and the Saints pick up a first down. No, you don't.
Oh.
Because Ben's challenging. That was a forward pass.
I'm shocked they overturned it.
I am too.
But
then they explained it. I didn't think it was, though, in live time.
I'm surprised they overturned it, but that's why you do challenge it in that moment. I like the challenge regardless of the outcome, and it worked out. I think it's a good call by you, Carm.
Yeah, that was a big play. I mean, it really, the Saints were getting a little bit of momentum back. Ben stepped in there. Good job by whoever's up top giving him information that's forward, and Ben having the confidence to go ahead and throw the flag. It was in the fourth quarter, so at some point you got to throw the flag. It was 23-14 at that point. Steven's telling me, and right in the 3rd and 20. So Ben, game ball.
What a play call that was!
I was gonna say credit to Kellen Moore. That was a cool play, and that's something that I know Ben has in his bag.
100%.
No, I don't like how they did it where it's like a throwback because that's where you risk accidentally throwing it forward. But if it's a straight pitch back like hook and ladder, I like that, and I think we will see the Bears run that at some point this season. Let's get to some more Toyota Big Money Supers. I know we got a number of them, and I want to make sure we get the big money ones in there. Again, with all our post-game shows, all Supers get on the screen throughout the show. We have limited time, so we can't not read them all, but the biggest ones do get read. We do respond to them. We most importantly appreciate all of them. It all helps support the show. Please hit that like button. That also helps us continue to grow the show, and we find out every week such a big portion of the audience isn't actually subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get to 100K. Please help us do it. We are close. We're getting closer each and every week. So right now, if you could hit that subscribe button for us, we greatly, greatly appreciate it.
It's free.
It is free. The supers are not. And this is a big money super chat brought to you by Toyota. It is Jordan Brody, $100.
Oh, gosh.
That is allowed in the second hour of the show. We will take it. Okay, that was brutal, Jordan says. The penalties killed the enjoyment, or the enjoyment. Lots of Monangai and Briggs might actually give the defense a good grade. Is this what it is like to be good?
Jordan, it wasn't brutal. It was amazing. The Bears won.
I don't think it was either. I don't think it was brutal. I don't think it was amazing. I think it was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You take the win over
a win.
A feisty
good,
Saints
bad,
game.
ugly, indifferent.
It was mostly relaxing. The Bears were better than the Saints experience. I mean, there was a little bit of drama there, but overall, and yes, they got to play better next week against Baltimore. Hopefully they will.
The Saints never scared me. The passing game and the penalties bothered me. Because I said on the pregame, this is a don't beat yourself game. And the Bears kind of flirted with beating themselves for a while.
That's true, they did.
Yeah. Thank God for the running game. All right, a solid angle. He's always got a solid angle. $50 super chat. By all means, a somewhat sloppy performance on offense still produced 386 yards and 26 points. Ben Johnson is the real deal. Go Bears. Let's go streaking.
Where?
We are streaking right now. We're on a 4-game streak.
Oh.
About to go 5.
I think he was talking about something else, too.
Well, that's where your mind went.
Back in the day, University of Iowa. What's up?
Huss.
$25.
This is because I'm a Monangai.
There you go, Huss.
Shout out to the Monangais out there.
Stay solid, Huss.
And Tim Majeski,
yeah.
$50. It only took a few years for me to figure out the super chat thing.
Way to go, Tim.
Fun old school win. Great D and run game. Bear down. Keep up the great work, boys. We appreciate it, Tim.
Way to battle through, Tim. You can do this. Technology is very challenging, but know that you're smart enough.
That's what Carm tells himself every morning.
Pretty much.
Shout out to everybody that came out to the tailgate today. I know we're going.
I got names.
Carm's got a bunch of names, which he's welcome to read off. But honestly, I mean, today we grinded through a memorable tailgate here today, where it rained all day from the moment we got there at 5 a.m. till we left, for everybody that left for the game, a little bit before noon. There we are. I mean, there was
Braggs River.
There's Braggs River. There was no hiding from it. We tried to get as many tents up as we could. Didn't get any complaining from anybody. Everybody just was embracing it, having fun, getting ready for the game, having drinks, enjoying the good food and good times and good people. So shout out to every single one of you that came out and braved the weather, the bear weather. That's what we're all about. Can't wait to see you out for the next tailgate we got here in a few weeks. One of the guys that came out came from, I believe, Nova Scotia, and his name's Callum. And he had to go up against Theo Benedict in high school.
Oh.
And he was like, that was a handful.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Nova Scotia is way over here. And
Did I get it wrong? Maybe not Nova Scotia.
British Columbia is way over
Maybe not
here.
Nova Scotia.
And Canada's
maybe
a
I got
large
maybe I got the place wrong.
Okay.
But he said he blocked he's from Canada regardless.
Oh, yeah. They
But
all
he
play
said
each other.
He blocked Theo Benedict in high school, and he said that was Theo Benedict was blocking him. Yeah.
There was somebody at our tailgate who was blocked by Theo Benedict.
Yeah, he said he went up against him in high school, and he was like, it was a nightmare.
It's an amazing accomplishment for us.
We were still in the Super Chat segment, by the way, so.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure before I forgot.
Yeah, but Carm's going to do his.
Well, no.
It's okay. Give the people a shout-out.
Okay.
We're giving everybody shout-outs.
The shout-out goes out to Greg and Amanda, who came down from Indy. We were talking to them, Gregory. They were awesome. I'm like, where are you from? Whitestown. Whitestown. I'm like, that can't be a real place. Is there really a place called Whitestown? He's like, yes, it's very Indiana. And Whitestown. Go Hoosiers. But Greg and Amanda were amazing. Just saying. They were, and then I mentioned him earlier on the pregame show. Alvin the Chipmunk from Bristol, England, made it on over. Alvin, you get a toot. And then, so it's shout out to toot for Greg and Amanda too. They were amazing. And then Mark, Nate, Mandy from Columbia, Missouri. They were awesome. The three lot, father, son, wife, incredible. And then I don't know what this is, but I wrote Bear Loyola, which makes no sense. So shout out to Bear Loyola, whoever you are. By the way,
speed it up.
Back to you, Hoge and the Supers.
Thank you. All right, we got some more big money super chats presented by Toyota. Carrie Huss, another $100. Tell me I'm wrong. Dennis is really bringing this defense together. Love what I'm seeing. My CHGO guys, let's go.
Let's go.
You're not wrong. You are definitely right.
And
Giuseppe,
and I think we got Brawlsack in here too.
Our guy Giuseppe here
What about
came in
Whitestown?
with a few different super chats. He said defense continues to take the ball away and now leads the league in takeaways. The running game is cooking. Was it perfect? No, but when we had to have we have to fix the pre-snap penalties. Still bear down. Let's go.
That's right.
Thank you, Giuseppe.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Brawlsack, $100.
Oh, the Brawlsack.
Yes.
We love Brawlsack. Caleb's worst game of the year wasn't enough to take the team down. Team game. Running back stepped up. D stepped up. Run game and D are almost as hot as the new Frank's Red Hot Diablo menu offerings only at Taco Bell. Hashtag Live Mosh. Hashtag Red Hot Diablo sauce. Hashtag sponsor CHGO. Is that a real thing they have going on now? Because I love Frank's Red Hot sauce.
Absolutely.
I might actually have to go to Taco Bell now.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, celebratory Taco Bell is on deck here later this evening, without
I
question.
feel bad for your wife tonight. You're going to be blowing up that room,
I mean,
man.
in fairness, we feel bad for Jenny every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny's a saint.
you're
That's
right.
the least of her
The
problems.
least of Jenny's concerns is Greg's flatulation post Taco Bell. All right.
Greg, did you hear what Carm called you during the pregame show?
I did not.
showed the
I was
photo.
too busy tearing down a tailgate in the pouring, freezing
Was it the
rain.
video of him in the river or just the photo of him in the river or whatever?
Yeah.
And Carm said he looks like a cockroach in heaven.
That's a hell of a saying
With
right
his
there.
boots.
I thought it was Carm's best
Yeah.
line ever.
Yeah.
As I was setting up the tailgate, this morning in the wind and the rain and the cold. Carm has a video on Twitter. He's at Midtown waiting.
Do you know who filmed that?
No,
him?
no.
He harassed
Tyson Bagent.
a random person at Midtown.
My new friend.
Who took that video?
Can you
for
imagine
him.
the video? It's not like, hey, I'm doing curls. Can you get my set? Like, can you?
Speaking of shout
can you
outs,
film
know
me
that
treading
person's
water?
name?
That's just the clientele. It's just everyone is just so friendly.
But I will give both of you credit. You showed up to the tailgate. Carm was there. Proud of you. Hoge, I had my doubts. I'll admit it. And then he came out in his sideline reporter gear.
Yep.
The Northwestern sideline reporter gear.
Yeah, go
then,
Cat.
of course, I have to shout out Sarah, Emma, Joey Christopoulos, sales guy Jim. Those guys, honestly, and obviously everybody that helps at the tailgate lot. I can't thank you guys enough. It takes an army to do those things, and we do it for the fans, but it is ultimately appreciated how great of a team we have here.
Come
at
out to our
CHGO.
come out to our tailgates and just see the work that Greg and everybody else does.
That's what we do.
It's impressive, especially on days like this. And appreciate everybody coming out. Got rewarded with a win. As I always say, you guys deserve this, Bears fans. See if they can keep it going. Sounds like Lamar might be back next week, but still be a winnable game against that defense. And reminder, Brick by Brick after show's coming up next.
Let's go.
Lance Briggs, Jerry Azumah.
Everybody, tune in. This isn't a 2 a.m. Brick by Brick after show. So everybody, as soon as the show's over, you better tune in with
We're getting to it at
Lance
5.
Briggs and Jerry Azumah.
Guys,
Brick
say it
by
with me.
brick.
Say it with me. Good, better, best.
Good, better, best.
Never let it rest.
Never let it rest.
Till your good gets better.
Till your good gets better.
Your better gets best.
Your better gets best. Let's go.
Gonna need the best next week against the Ravens. We're back tomorrow, too. Hogan Johns at 9 a.m. CHGO Bears at 1 p.m. And Bears After Dark at 7 p.m. That's right. I know the schedule. How about that? Brick by Brick is next. Don't go anywhere. Bears win.
Let's go.